Good Saturday morning, everybody. This is Stephen Ray. Hope all is well with you guys out there. And I wanted to do a quick little video and let you guys know about the potential impacts of the winter storm that is going to be upcoming from Monday into Tuesday, and then the deep South's Arctic blast that will happen all week next week. It is going to be brutally cold out there, and I wanted to do a quick little video in any of the counties that you see on your screen, right there on your computer screen, right there. All of those counties in blue are underneath a winter storm watch, which means that the conditions are favorable in the next little bit of about 72 hours or so for the potential of winter storm. And what this means is total snowfall accumulations of 2 to 4 inches and ice accumulations of a light glaze is possible south of Tupelo, Mississippi. Now, this is for portions of eastern Arkansas, north Mississippi, southeast Missouri, and west Tennessee, beginning from Saturday afternoon through late Monday night. Plan on slippery road conditions and hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Now, before we get into this and discuss this further, I wanted to zoom all the way out around the continental United States, and all of the purple and pink shaded areas are winter storm warnings as well as ice storm warnings. And as you can see, a large area will be impacted by the storm system as it makes its way all the way from Canada all the way down here into the deep south of Mississippi. And as you can see in our neck of the woods, the majority of the state of Arkansas is underneath a winter storm watch. Parts of Oklahoma, the northern portions of Mississippi, the northern portions of Alabama, and the entire pretty much the state of Tennessee is underneath this as well. Now, let me go on in here and show you some of the cities that will be involved in this. Of course, Memphis, Tennessee, Corinth, Mississippi, Tupelo. It does include Columbus, and it does include Greenville, as well as all the way down here to just north of Vicksburg, Mississippi. A little bit closer in here, it includes Indianola, Greenwood, Winona, West Point, Aberdeen, Amory, Mississippi, Pontotoc, New Albany, Oxford, Clarksdale, like I said, Hernando, Corinth, and South Haven, Mississippi as well. And the further north you go towards the Memphis metro area, the more snow you are going to be able to see. For the southern portions of this, down here towards the Highway 82 corridor, it is going to be mainly a freezing rain event with a little bit of snow for your area. But the main snow is going to be up here basically from the areas of Clarksdale to Oxford to Pontotoc to Tupelo, and points off to the north and to the west. So, what I'm about to do is your screen is going to go dark here for just a matter of seconds as I switch over to the internet, and I will show you how this all is going to progress. I'm sorry for your internet going dark there for a second as I switch over the screens, but let's go on ahead in here and track this. Now, if you were in the central Mississippi area, or if you were in the Delta of Mississippi, or if you were in East Mississippi or the Pine Belt area, here is your threat. If you were up there towards the area of Cleveland, Mississippi, but up there towards the northwestern portions of the Delta, you are in the significant threat for wintry mix and heavy snow possible Sunday night into Tuesday. Basically, if you are in the red shaded area, this little bitty thing right up here near the Cleveland, Mississippi area. Snow and sleet accumulations are likely. Some heavy snow is possible along and north of Highway 82. Expect dangerous travel conditions with roads becoming hazardous, and some downed trees and power lines are very possible up there in the red shaded area. If you are along the Highway 82 corridor, basically from Greenville to Greenwood to Matheson to Eupora to Starkville to Columbus, you guys can expect sleet and snow accumulations likely, especially along and north of the Highway 82 corridor. Roads will become hazardous. A few trees and power lines may be downed, and this area could be extended on further off to the south. And then, if you were in the Yazoo City to Kosciuszko, Mississippi to Vicksburg to Jackson to Forest, Mississippi to Meridian, and down into the Pine Belt area of Mississippi, a light wintry mix is possible of sleet, freezing rain, and accumulations will be along and south of the Highway 82 corridor, and bridges may become slick. So, once again, the further north you go in the state of Mississippi, the better your threat of seeing snow and sleet and freezing rain accumulations. And unfortunately, some of that snow could be heavy at times, and unfortunately, when you have heavy snow, it can pile up on the tree limbs, it can pile up on the power lines, and cause those to fall. And when you are in the South, you really, really want a dry snow, which is not very heavy, so that it doesn't accumulate on the power lines and it doesn't accumulate on the tree limbs. However, this is going to be a heavy, wet snow, so you can expect power outages the further north that you go in the state of Mississippi. Now, I do want to also mention that with that, there's also going to be an extreme Arctic blast next week. And if you are, like I said, in the Cleveland, Mississippi area, low temperatures around or less than 10 degrees and highs below freezing early next week, wind chills are going to be in the area of -10 to -1 degrees. Frostbite will be possible within 30 minutes or less when you are outside. Hypothermia is likely with prolonged exposure to outside areas, and damage to exposed pipes and water mains may break, expected with that extreme cold up there in the northwestern portions of the Delta of Mississippi. Now, if you are in the red shaded area, which is a large area of Mississippi, low temperatures in the 10 to 15 degree range and highs below freezing. Wind chills, once again, in that area will be -10 to -1. Frostbite and hypothermia is likely with prolonged exposure, and damage to exposed pipes are likely. And then down here in the Pine Belt area of Mississippi, Laurel to Hattiesburg area, low temperatures in the teens and highs near or below freezing. Your wind chills in the Pine Belt area will be 0 to 9 degrees, and damage to exposed pipes will be possible. Now, let's go further off to the north here in just a second. Had to wet my whistle. Okay, so let's go a little bit further off to the north and look at North Mississippi, and this is going to be for the Clarksdale area, the Oxford area, and the Corinth area of Mississippi. You guys could see anywhere between 4 and 6 inches of snow. This also includes the areas of South Haven, Olive Branch, and Hernando, Mississippi. So, any of those areas up here that are in the yellow shaded area, 4 to 6 inches of snow are very possible through 6 a.m. on Tuesday. Now, if you were in the corridor of the Grenada, Cleveland, and Tupelo area, 3 to 4 inches of snow are possible for you guys. And then, unfortunately, for the Highway 82 corridor down here towards the Starkville area, as well as Columbus. Unfortunately for you guys, it is going to be a half an inch of snow or less down there on the Highway 82 corridor. So basically, this is going to be an Arctic blast for the entire state of Mississippi next week. However, the further north you go towards the state of Tennessee, the more significant of impacts you are going to have with the potential for snow, sleet, and freezing rain. And it looks like that the snow is going to be confined to areas from Starkville to Columbus to Greenwood to Greenville and points off to the north towards the Tupelo, Pontotoc, Clarksdale, and Oxford, Mississippi areas. So I cannot stress it enough. The further north you go into the state of Mississippi, towards the Tennessee border, those are going to be the most significant weather conditions from the snow and sleet potential. However, the cold weather will affect every single portion of Mississippi next week. So we have two issues next week with Mississippi. We've got the precip and the hazardous precip of 4 to 6 inches of snow, sleet, and potential of ice in there as well. And then for the entire state of Mississippi next week, we have that brutally unprecedented, brutally cold air that will be settling over the area for a extended period of time. And the most significant one for the central and southern portions of the state is definitely going to be the cold air. For the northern portions of the state of Mississippi, it is going to be a little bit of snow, sleet, and of course the cold weather as well. Now, here are your winter storm planning timelines a few days out, which is where we are right now. If the forecast calls for winter weather, start preparing right now. Have emergency supplies for your home and your car. Check on your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors because of the potential of having to use generators in case the power does go out, and replenish fuel in your car and all of your heating sources. That should be done today. Now, the day before, forecast accuracy continues to improve, so keep checking for the latest. And with that, adjust your plans accordingly, depending on the severity of the new information. Have multiple ways of receiving warnings. That means charges all devices and have multiple ways, including a NOAA weather radio, a smartphone app, and other areas of potential things like a TV alert or even your radio can alert you if there are threatening weather in your area. And make sure that you bring your pets indoors and ensure they have water, and make sure that you tend to them because this brutally cold can affect animals and of course plants out there, as you need to do that. All right, and then during and after, remain vigilant and stay informed. Drive only if necessary. Make sure you check on your neighbors and your family. Properly ventilate emergency heat sources. Keep generators at least 20 feet from your home, and always remember to take it easy when shoveling outside, and especially once the snow has stopped and the temperatures will drop, and that snow could turn into ice. So that's why they always say make sure you take it extra easy when shoveling outside to clear the roadways, clear your sidewalks, and of course your driveway. And there, of course, there it is in Spanish as well. Now, obviously, I don't speak. I'm not going to try to pronounce that all of that stuff, but I do want to let you know that there is the winter storm watch that it goes into effect at 12 p.m. tomorrow through 6 a.m. on Sunday. And as you can see, this goes all the way down to Starkville, Mississippi, along the Highway 82 corridor and points all the way up to north of the Jonesboro, Arkansas area. So this is going to be a widespread impactful event coming up tomorrow into the day on Tuesday. Now, I want protect people, pets, pipes, and plants from cold weather. People minimize minimize the time outdoors, prepare for power outages, and check on the elderly and other vulnerable people to make sure that they are okay. Keep your pets warm and dry indoors as much as possible. Ensure that their food and water does not freeze, and only allow them limited time outside and keep them bundled up if you have them outside. Make sure that you insulate your pipes if possible. Open up sink cabinets to expose the pipes to heated air, and disconnect hoses and turn off water and sprinklers. And then, of course, know your plant's temperature thresholds, and if possible, cover them before the cold weather sets in to help retain some heat for the plants and, of course, the pets, the people, and the pipes. And lastly, folks, if you do ultimately have to go outside in this very dangerous weather, there, of course, we are in the extreme cold area for next week. You need 3 layers of clothes, 1 insulating. You need gloves. You need 2 pairs of pants on. You need a warm hat. You need a face mask, an outside layer to keep out the wind. And then, of course, you need boots that are waterproof in the event that, of course, you have to go out and you get stranded on the roads, as well as doing anything outside, because once again, it can be very, very dangerous for you guys out there, especially with temperatures less than 10 degrees and highs below freezing. And of course, the wind chill factor are going to be close to -10 all the way to -1. And so that can definitely have hypothermia as well as frostbite in 30 minutes or less in this type of cold. Now, obviously, we are very common in the winter to having cold spurts, but never this dangerous. This is something like you would see up in Canada or up in Minnesota this time of the year. And unfortunately for us that don't like weather, don't like cold weather, this has now come all the way south. And so temperatures of -10 to -1 degrees, that is the wind chill factor, that can cause frostbite within 30 minutes or less, and hypothermia likely with prolonged exposure outside. So if you are planning on traveling to work, school, or to check on someone, make sure you dress accordingly in the event that you do get stranded on the roads, because these temperatures are nothing to play around with, folks. Now, I do want to mention that later next week, the temperatures will rebound, probably Thursday or Friday of next week, but but it is going to be a cold and frosty time period through that time. And I would say plan on at least between tomorrow all the way through at least Thursday of having very, very bitter temperatures and the potential for winter weather mischief here in the state of Mississippi. And once again, before I sign off, there, of course, is your official snowfall forecast as of as of Saturday at 10:20. I will go on ahead and do another update this evening for you guys, and then, of course, all day tomorrow as needed as we continue to fine tune this winter weather and cold Arctic blast for you guys. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. And guys, it is going to be rather a little bit warmer today. So get out there and do what you can to prepare for all of this cold weather. There, of course, is your highs for today. And as you can see, 52, 53, 55 is going to be a lot better than what we are going to expect as we move into the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday time frames here in Mississippi. So make sure that you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Going ahead and prepare now for the potential of very, very, very dangerous cold weather. And of course, prepare for winter mischief as we move into the day tomorrow. Prepare now, and God bless. I will continue to do updates as needed right here on